said to me, he says, John did more damage than 10 Sammy the Bulls.
Yeah.
You know? And again, in some ways he's right for sure. But, you had the Lucchese family. They were going murder happy for a while with Gas Pipe. They had they were going after the Jersey crew. Everybody, just the cancer. It became a cancer from within.
It did.
Yeah.
It self-destructed.
Yep.
It exploded on itself.
Yep.
And that's the problem with the life. Right now, I just, I was that guy before, now I'm doing podcasts. I got a show and I'm happy. I'm content.
Yeah.
I did it. I did my time in prison. I did 14 years.
God bless.
I did my time. I did everything that I had to do. I'm home and I want to enjoy myself.
Right.
I'll be 60 this week on Wednesday, know.
Yep.
I'm tired. I'm tired, Larry. I could never even think of stepping out on the street again.
Nah.
It's over.
Take your blessings and go forward. That's exactly how I look at it. A second chance, and just don't, you're going to make the same mistake again. I mean, that's another thing I say a lot. I says, when I got recruited or brought into the thing, I was 17, 18 years old. I'm a little naive or a lot naive, and you're corruptible. Your things are believable. You see things through rose-colored glasses. But at my age now, you can't recruit me into that.
No way.
Why? So you can stick a knife in my back in 2 weeks?
Larry, if they told me right now, Bobby, come back, you'll be making $10,000. Stick that. Yeah. I don't need that. I want peace of mind, Larry.
That's right.
I want to put my head on the pillow. Like I told you, I'm not a holy Bible thumper, jumper, but listen, I believe in what I believe in.
Right. Me too.
And I could never go back to that life.
Right. And you're a better man for it.
I just couldn't do it. And everything we did, I'm a theologian. I went through the whole Bible. Usury, extortion, everything we did was against, against God.
Right.
It's sad. It's sad.
I didn't read the whole thing, but through my time in, I read bits and pieces of it. Right. What about taxes? What about taxes? What did the Bible say about taxes?
Remember what Jesus said. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God. Remember when he said that?
No.
I believe, and if we're talking about paying taxes to the government.
No, just in general, just the word tax, because you said usury, extortion, bookmaking. Well, that was all in the Bible. I know that. But I didn't know, I forgot about the take on taxes. Was that okay for the Bible or was it not?
No, that wasn't okay either. No.
Yeah. So no, it's funny now. I mean, it's just a way of life now.
Yeah.
But everything else is still there. Gambling's still there.
Yeah.
Right? Prostitution, all those things from the Bible. But there's the fine line that changes usury into extortion, beating or threatening somebody.
Right.
So you gotta stay, on the right side of that line.
When I was on the street and I was a boss out there, I really didn't have a big extortion business. I really didn't do that. If a guy, unfortunately, was selling drugs, I'd want him with me. If he was a bookmaker, maybe give him $5,000-$10,000. So I'm getting some money off him every week. Maybe calling off a little play to him. I never was bigger to extortion. Right. There were some guys I had no other angle to make money with. I took an envelope from. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't an angel, but that wasn't my big practice.
Yeah, no, but when I say extortion, I mean just if a guy owes you money in the sports business, if he owes you $10,000, that's not a crime. Once you threaten him or beat him up, then they call it extortion.
Right, exactly.
I'm not talking about extortion, going to storefront, store owners. We never did that either.
Yeah.
But it's still just collecting Shylock money. If you threaten a guy that misses a payment, that's extortion. That's why that goes from usury a few years right up to RICO.
Right, but even in the Bible, it says don't give your money out for usury.
Right.
We're not supposed to be doing that.
Right.
I'm mixing the both things here, Larry. Don't get mad at me. I'm just mixing the stuff up.
Yeah.
So if I had money now to shy, I would never do it again.
Yeah. Nah. That's I says you don't need to do those things.
And you want to know something, Paulie? I never really hurt too many people over money.
Yeah.
I had bookmakers into me 50,000, 40, 80. You know, they're paying juice. I had one guy, 80,000. He's paying 2,400 a week for 2 years, Kuji.
Yeah. Yeah.
He comes to me, Bobby, when's enough?
Yeah.
I says, you know, and he was behind.
Right.
I says, all right, we'll go back to the original 80 and I'll put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
I wasn't letting that 80 go,
Right.
but I put it on the shelf.
Right. I did a lot of that too.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. How much could you take?
But you know, and you know, there's Greg, my boss, when he saw me doing that, giving somebody a break, he called me a sucker.
Yeah.
There was no break. He looked me in the eye and he told me to him about himself. You know why I'm a good bookmaker, a good Shylock? He says, because I'm a scumbag. That's what he told me. You can't miss 1 week with me. You know, if I gave a guy a break, I was a sucker. I remember Greg Jr. walking me to the back with his arm around me. Don't feel bad. Don't worry about you. You know, because he knew I felt like an idiot. But the guy was, you know, teaching us to be ruthless. You know.
Yeah, there's a good part of being ruthless and a bad part. Obviously, you lived it with him, you know. But I mean, you want people to come to do business with you, and I'm sure that Greg was a last resort for a lot of guys. You know.
Yeah, I guess because he was a Shylock to Shylocks. He had a fortune in the street. You know, a lot of the family, a lot of the other made guys in the family came to him. But you're right, and they knew there was no turning back. You can't miss a week. He didn't care who you were.
And you know, when my crew started getting straightened out, I give it to them for a point. You know, got rid of all the small stuff as much as I could. I saw a lot of money out there.
Right.
You know, but then now I'm just dealing with my crew. They're earning. I only want a point, whatever you need, and that's and that's how at the end, that's how I was shining. Right. I didn't want to deal with anybody on the street anymore.
Right. But they were dealing with getting 3 to 5 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So we wound up the same way. And that happened, you know, as you grow. And I was in the same thing. People, you know, I had younger guys under me that were wanting to get involved, and same thing. Well, here's 10 at one point, and they owe it forever. You know, it's amazing. But they put it out there with 3 to 5 points, and they're making a living. So, yeah, but even that, I don't know. I think that's falling apart too now.
Yeah, I don't think there's many guys in Boston doing that right now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know, you give a guy a dime, try to help him pay his rent. He doesn't pay you. He gets scared. He's running to the law.
Yeah.
It's not like before.
Yeah. And how about the phone cameras? You can't.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, anything you do, it's gonna be on camera.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on camera.
What are you gonna walk around with a ski mask? You can't. There's nothing you can do anymore. It's over with.
Now you can. If you got any beefs now, put on your bandana or your mask for the pandemic, dark sunglasses, a baseball hat. You could probably maneuver now, but once it's over, you can't. So get even with everybody now. Because what are you gonna wear a mask? But it's amazing. It's amazing. I watch these shows on TV all the time. The technology. You know, I make a joke. DNA. You know what it stands for? Do not quit. Do not quit. I mean, how do we really know what this DNA shit is? I mean, they're telling us, they're feeding it to us on TV. It may not even be real. It may just be a way. If they're 95% sure they got a guy, they come up with DNA. It's funny. Who knows?
I think it was 2007. Now I got out in 13. I'm in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, and they came around to everybody. They were taking Did they do that with you? They were taking the swabs.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, it was mandatory. Everybody had to do it.
Piece of hair. They took a piece of my hair.
Yeah. So now look, they got our DNA. They got our fingerprints. Yeah. Where are we going?
Yeah.
You leave it here in a car now, God forbid.
Yeah. You know? No, forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, listen, we're both not thinking that way anymore.
No. Praise God.
It's just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Conversation. Entertainment only.
That's it now. That's it. And I don't care what they say about me, what they call me. I could care less for.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. I don't care what nobody says. You know,
right.
We're out here. We're doing the right thing now. That's what's the matter. You know.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I come home, 2018, Paulie, right? I know I left all this money out there 20 years ago. I wouldn't even try to go after it, Larry.
Yeah. Nah.
I trust nobody. You
Yeah.
know?
You got to, your old friends will be the first to stab you in the back. And the guy you're going to collect from are going to make a phone call. You know, you're already in the limelight forever. So no, you can't. You got to move on, and you'll be, you know, like I said, you didn't really need it to begin with, so you'll make your way.
Oh yeah. I'm happy now. I'm content with what I have.
Right.
You know, the problem with us before, we were never content. We always wanted more.
Yeah.
You know, with me, it was ego, power.
Yeah.
That was more important than the money to me. I got to be honest with you.
That happens. I could see that. I was probably a little more the other way. I enjoyed making money, but it wasn't never my God. You know, I never put money like it was the most important thing. You know, I enjoyed making it. You know, that's why I built my own bookmaking business, and it was huge. And I loved it. And so many people around me were making money. You know, that was you know, and it's the lowest rung. You know, out of all the crimes they're going after, bookmaking isn't even on the chart.
Oh no, that I know.
Until the threats, until you hurt somebody.
Yeah, you're not worried about that right now.
Yeah, they never were. They never were.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Right. So
you know? No, it was big. I mean, my friends that were bought beautiful homes, cars, millionaires.
Oh, you can make money.
A lot of money.
They're all offshore now. All the guys are offshore.
I was just never good at it.
Yeah.
You know, I used to sit in my office and I was terrible on the phone, and I gambled. You know,
that's the bad thing. You can't. Yeah, it's hard to do both.
You might win 20 from your customers and lose 50 on the other side. I mean, I couldn't do it.
Nah, you know, we had you know, we let the percentages work that were invented. You know, we had the charts up. We knew exactly our positions. We edged off when we had to. Where we edged off, we got commissions back. It's a big process. And if you want to survive and be successful, you know, the more volume you get, all those percentages start adding up. You know,
I know.
And the risk comes down. You know, you're booking X amount, but you're also spreading it around with other bookmakers, reputable guys. You know, it's funny. It's so lucrative, and it's like I said, it's the lowest on the level. They don't, you know, you could, if that's all I ever was, I don't think I would have had a problem.
No, probably not.
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah,
you know?
But once
that's all I ever did. But you know, things happen.
Yeah,
things happen with you in your life. The guys who are around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like I said, you know, Larry, I heard you saying on, I think it was Vlad TV right now about the producer, and they're doing your book right now. They're turning it into a script.
Well, yeah, Nick Pileggi was hired on, and everybody knows him. Goodfellas, Casino. He was involved in American Gangster and so many others. Boardwalk Empire. Also, Terry Winter is involved in the whole, you know, the whole thing with the streaming, the platform they're looking to work, and it's just he's been writing, and ultimately I'll be in the writing room with him. You know, when it comes to finalize and make sure the words are all right. You know, I'm just waiting for that call to go to California, but it's being worked on. You know, it's going to be. And Nick Pileggi said he wants to get me 6 seasons, so I never have to work again. So he's thinking TV series. And, you know, in hindsight, there's so much to the story and so much that I couldn't elaborate on because I would have been going in too many directions. And your book, you got to focus, get to the start to the finish about my life. You know, it'll touch so many people. But in a TV series, you have this character development and you can start enhancing like the corrupt FBI agent, you know, Greg's son, Vic Arena. You know, in my book, he doesn't come in until the end when he decided to take over the family. You know, but early on, I got to introduce him, let people know who he is, how he came around, you know. So there's more of that. And I'm hoping it's a series because it'll be something for me to do for the next, you know, 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Who knows, you know.
Praise God. And that'll be something we're all going to want to watch.
Yeah. You know, if it's a mini series, a movie, I'll take anything, but a series would be the greatest.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Look at what The Sopranos did on HBO. I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Gandolfini, Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
He was a great actor. And he was making a really good living, I'm sure. He did some good movies, but he never got to the level like with De Niro making $20 million a movie.
No.
You know? But that show, I think the last season or two, he was getting like 30 million. He was
Well,
something like
there was nobody bigger than him at the time.
100 million when he died. What a shame. He died that young.
I mean, there was a lot of scenes, and that it's a lot of times, they get carried away with some things, but for overall, I mean, basically, that was most of our lives right there.
Oh,
I mean,
when I'm asked which is the most realistic, I say The Sopranos.
Oh yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, it is there because there's humor in our lives.
Yeah.
You could make people, when we tell them stories where we messed up or we did something stupid, it's laughable. It really is. And they caught that. They made a lot of serious things with the little humorous side, and they took a lot of true stories from different fans, probably some of you guys, some of some from our crew, and they incorporated it in. And like you said, they enhanced it, whatever. But it's Hollywood, and it was great. I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I got a kick out of it.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I got to come back to that Joe Pesci story.
Oh, yeah.
Sometime in the 90s, he was doing a film up in Boston about college, like a bum going back to college. I can't remember the name.
With honors.
Back to school?
Yeah, not back to school.
With honors.
With honors, Paulie said. With honors.
Oh, okay.
Well, at that time, he was going down to the Victoria.
Okay.
He was coming down for coffee. He was coming in the neighborhood. And I used to sit on the left-hand side of the Victoria. He made it like nice and non-smoking section, but I smoked.
Right.
We used to go sit in there. Our table was in the back. So I go in one night with some people. I got to go in the back, sit in the back, because Joe Pesci's in there with the owner, Jerry, and another guy.
Right.
Yeah, my balls are twisted because I think who I am, So I go outside. Paulie's laughing over here. So I go out. It was at nighttime. I go outside. Joe Pesci walks out. He's smoking a cigar. And one of my guys were walking across the street. I told him to come over. I gave Pesci a look like I wanted to kill him. He just looked up at me. I never forget. He had the beard on with the cigar, just staring at me. I wouldn't say hi to him. I walk away. Meanwhile, he's one of my favorite actors.
Man.
I love Joe Pesci.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you why. What he did at Casino was great.
He's never played a bad part.
No, the guy's great. Yeah. Imagine how I was.
Yeah. Oh,
imagine the guy that arrogant enough not to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
It's just a funny story.
It is. You'll get another chance. But hey, how great was he and My Cousin Vinny?
Oh, forgot about it.
Right?